Why do you hate yourself? Have you ever really asked yourself that question? Because most people don't hate themselves for no reason. That would just be irrational. They hate themselves because somewhere along the way, they broke their own promise. Think about it. Every single time you said you would change and didn't. Every single time you said tomorrow and tomorrow went and came. And every single time you quit on yourself and lied to yourself and let yourself off the hook. That is where the self-hatred grows. It is not mysterious. It is betrayal. That is it. And you were the one holding the knife to stab yourself in the back. See, people think self-hatred is about looks or status or money, but those are simply symptoms of self-hatred. The root comes from trust. You do not trust yourself anymore. You say that you're going to wake up early, but then you hit snooze and go back to sleep. Or you say you're going to go to the gym, but instead you scroll and never actually go, saying you'll do it next Monday. You say you're going to stop with that toxic habit, but you give in at the first craving. You don't even bother trying for the second craving. And each time you do this, you prove to yourself that my word means absolutely nothing. And how can you respect someone whose word means nothing? It's illogical. That is probably why you hate yourself. Because deep down, you know that you've abandoned you. Now, the thing that nobody wants to admit is that the way out isn't self-love posters or affirmations. The way out is simply discipline. The way out is rebuilding trust with yourself, one tiny promise at a time. Stop aiming at some perfect version of you and just do that one thing you said that you were going to do today. Do it no matter what. And then do another tomorrow, and then the day after that. And slowly, eventually, you'll remember what it feels like to keep your own word. And again, slowly, you'll start to respect yourself. This isn't a fast process, so do not try to rush it. It is not about perfection. You will fail and you will slip and you will break your promises again and again. However, if you continue trying and you continue failing and you embrace that failure and you keep providing for yourself, even in small little ways, that proves to yourself that you are someone who shows up. And the hate on yourself begins to fade and respect grows in action, not in thought, which is why this process seemingly works so successfully. Again, you may ask, why is it that I hate myself? It's because you've been absent in your life for so long. You can't hate but help yourself. Imagine when you were growing up, and if this has happened to you, I'm sorry about that, unfortunate. However, imagine if you were growing up, both your parents were absent, or your father was absent, or your mother was absent. You would despise them if they ever just tried to come waltzing back into your life saying, oh yeah, I'm here now, let me be me. Of course you'd hate them, that makes sense, which is why you hate yourself for the same exact reason. Because you've been waiting for someone else to try and save you, when the only person who can rebuild this and save you is you. So stop waiting and stop bargaining. Start small and start now, but all you have to do is start. Because the longer that you avoid the truth and the longer that you evade this reality, the deeper the hate will root itself in you. And if you let it, it will completely eat you alive. You do not need to love yourself yet. All you need to do is stop betraying yourself. Love will come later. It will follow behind. It is a post-recovery process. Respect is the same. It will come later. But today, all you have to do is what you promised you would. And that is more than enough.